Yes, we are back. Back again in Thomas and Friends, The Wonders of Sodor. Back again, this time to do some timetabled runs. The last couple of videos that have gone out have been me going through the storyline, getting used to the characters and Thomas's friends. This time, I'm going to do some timetable runs, so passenger services, etc., etc. For those watching on YouTube's, hello, how you doing? This is going out on a Thursday. Mainly because the other two have gone out on Thursdays, so I'm keeping it consistent because I'm a professional. There'll be links in the doobly-doo below to where you can get the game. There'll be a link down there to the Twitch page where you can watch me live on Twitch, where I'm sure we'll be returning to Thomas again in the future, and the link down there to the Discord server as well. To those watching live, good evening to Trent, to Sim, to Stokey, to Nigel, to CG, and to Colin. I've also almost come up with a little plan. We'll see if it works. We're going to start out with Thomas. Then we're going to switch to Percy. Then try and do a run in James and then Gordon. Without changing stations. It'll all make sense. Thomas is to start. Nigel, seek help. Immediately. Just immediately seek help. Right, so Thomas, Knapford to Farquhar is what we're starting out with Thomas. So take some passengers with Annie and Clarabelle. That's track high art. Okay. 130. I know, that's just ridiculous. And Nigel doesn't like me streaming. Unusual, really, isn't it? Right, doors are opening. Hang on, we've got to do a thing. There you go. So here to Farquhar with Thomas. Up Thomas's branch line. We're trying to learn how to be professional. There can be no better person to learn from than someone else. Wait until 7:15. We will do that indeed. No one seems to be getting on. Have they heard who's in control? Hi, Round Night. Alright then. Stop at Dryor in 0.8 of a mile. Hang on, I've got to go forward. No, backwards, forwards. There we go. Right, off we go. So yes, the plan is to take Thomas to Farquhar. I think there's a timetable run that brings Percy back here. Then we'll do a 4-line run from Knapford to Vickerstown with James. Then see if we can bring Gordon from Vickerstown back to Knapford. So we'll end up back where we started. That's the plan. I'm sure it's all going to go horribly wrong. Now let's... There you go. We'll do that just in case I forget. I obviously won't because me. At least we shouldn't be stuck in a queue like we was on the previous one. Queuing into Grand Central. Hang on, that'll be going out on YouTube after this goes out on YouTube, so that'll confuse people. Mind out for the Reds. Yeah, we got to go. So we should be good. I wouldn't run a red anyway, I'm professional. My professionalism, no, you can't even say it. My professionalism knows no bounds. So I think Knapford Harbour, which is here somewhere, is where we're going to come back to with Percy. And then we'll switch back to Knapford, close enough, with James. Then do a 4-line run with James. A very good evening to everyone, and me as well. Well, thanks. Right. So yes, haven't done any timetable runs yet. So I thought we would do a full line run of Thomas's line. I'm guessing Percy will come back down here. What I'm hearing is you can't say professional. This is true, I cannot say professional. It isn't a word I'm able to say. Right. Hey, we're only on time. Why she stood all the way down there? Don't you realise there's only 2 carriages? Profiterole. Oh, I like profiteroles. You're out of strepsils. There we go. Right, is anyone actually going to get on or off? How's my day been? Busy. Very busy. I was told I dressed like a teenager today. I'm not sure how I felt about that. Wait until 7:20. Professionals get paid. Nobody will pay to watch this nonsense. How long have you been subscribed for, Nigel? Nigel? Dean? Sorry. What I presume that was Nigel whinging. Slander. I just, you can't find the button. Someone over there. There's literally no one, we've got no passengers on, and no one's getting on or off. Is it early in the morning? Do people of Sodor not get up and go? Well, they do obviously get up and go out. I don't know what they're waiting for. Are they waiting for Percy or something to come along here? Is Percy running a better service than me? In theory, if this is Thomas's branch line, why are they waiting on the other platform? Don't they know I've got to go all the way to the end, turn around and come all the way back again? Your reputations precedes me. That was good English. Is there a carriage view? No, you've got to get out and get in the carriage. But you can. There's no one in there. We'll have a look at the next station. We're going to have a look inside Annie and Clarabelle. We've not actually done that. Sounded wrong. Right. Aylesbridge. Power. Hang on, we've got 15 coming up. Let's do the slowlying then. So I think now that 15's hidden behind the go. Is the 15 after the go? I'm guessing the 15's after the go. The 15 could be after the go, you know. You know what's after the go? The 15. I cannot see it, Captain. Does this mean we're now going to be later? Right, I'm braking. The 15's just here, I reckon. Aha. We're going over here. Oh, yeah, it's this one. Because the track ends on this side. Alright, we've got a minute or so here, so we'll get out and have a peer inside Annie and Clarabelle. Hang on, we're not stopping here. Forget that. Sorry, people, we're not stopping here. I'm guessing we're stopping here on the way back. See, professionalism. I realised I wasn't supposed to stop at that station. In that case, we may now not have time to look in Annie and Clarabelle when we get to the next station. Normally you don't stop at the ones you're supposed to. Exactly. It's just unpredictable. It's unpredictable. Oh, okay. Slight bit of speeding. Right, we have got time then. Let's go and have a look in Annie and Clarabelle. We're actually going to get any passengers this time. Yeah, nobody. Every carriage completely empty. Does Sodor have a... Oh, I've fallen off. Hang on a minute. Hang on. There we go. Are we going to get any pass? Hang on. No, they're going to go up over the bridge. I didn't watch the gap. Which is better though? Is it mind the gap? Okay, nobody got on. Right, Maithwaite is next. This is the bridge where we went fishing. Gone fishing. I'm looking forward to doing a 4-line run because I haven't been along the whole route yet. So we will do that in James. In theory, we should be able to take Percy from Farquhar back to the harbour, which we haven't seen yet, apart from in the diesel video. And then we'll do James all the way to Vickerstown, and then we'll bring Gordon from Vickerstown back to Knapford, and then see what time we've got. Do the 4-line then. Get on with it, man. We're building up to it. It's keeping you in suspenders. I was nearly going to change this out tonight and do some more of the American route. But obviously I didn't. Here's the opening scene from Thomas that you see in the original cartoon, the windmill, with Thomas in the background. You've been enjoying it? Excellent, that's good, Trent. You like the American passenger ones, don't you? Right, we got to stop at Maithwaite. Right, so nothing else comes down here really, apart from Percy. So I don't know why they've got. Why has this got so many platforms? Right, are we going to get any passengers? No. We're going to do this whole line with no passengers at all. It would seem that way. Oh, has anybody watched Jet Lag yet? I'm going to watch it after the stream. Is it worth watching? So yeah, they're already waiting to come the other way. I know some people have modded this and put Trains in World Trains on here. I think that'll ruin it for me. I won't be doing that. Was waiting for my Oppion. Oh, okay, good to know. I should watch it after this. Not as bad as a face removal mod. You just can't do that. I knew what you meant, Trent. You can't remove their faces. Is this just wrong? I just love the... Did they actually go to sleep at night? Did it actually close? If you sped up time in God mode, like 2 o'clock in the morning, you went to their sheds, would all their eyes be closed, or would they be sat there with their eyes open, smiling at themselves? Right, Hackenbeck is next. If we get passengers then, I don't know if Percy will be a passenger run, or Percy might be freight. I really do like the lighting in this. Do you like a good Hackenbeck potato? You say potato, I say potato, which would be wrong. We seem to be in a tunnel. I'm literally going as fast as I can. Yeah, so most of this is single line, isn't it? Compared to the main route, Heimatbone, between Vickerstown and Knapford, which is 2, 3 or 4 line in some cases. Right, so how long before we see another train? Will we see another train? Right, are we going to get any passengers now? Blimey! Finally! We're actually getting passengers. Hi, Tiger. They're all getting in the first carriage. We're quite cosy in there, but we are actually getting passengers. Why does Thomas look so bored? It's like, really? I've got to do this again. Oh no, there we go. Oh, he's just farted. I think that was better. You wouldn't get on a train driven by me. I wouldn't get on a train. Actually, no. Well, we did talk about doing that. The Pacer experience, driving around an old power station, or whatever it was. It's like 500 quid. No thanks. I'm not paying £500 to drive a Pacer at 12 miles an hour. Do you have to wait another minute? Did I find out the problem with last night's train? It was that route, because Nigel had exactly the same problem. So I think there's a broken AI somewhere on that timetabled run. Next week, when I do it again, I will leave Grand Central and go back the other way, and hopefully we don't get the same problem. So these people are still on the platform looking at the train going, do I get on? Do I not? Do I get on? Should I get on? What time's the next train? Going to Farquhar. Too late. Objective complete. Oh, Farquhar. Just down there then. They're filling out the next of kin. If you can't have details of your next of kin on that card, we'll know who to contact in the event of your untimely death on this journey. If you also like to fill out any usernames, credit card numbers, PIN numbers, passwords, etc., or make use of those as well. For your convenience, we have already ticked the Simpsons stuff life insurance box, and whatever you do, don't read the small print. I do apologise, Michael. Me having the Next of Kin card up stopped your thingy being played. 66 months. You just got pinged on the lug by a hailstone. Yeah. It's quite funny. Right, we're now arriving at Farquhar. It hurt. Oh, bless. So Thomas now goes up and round the loop and comes back. No, it's not a valid reason to have an umbrella. No man should ever have an umbrella, which is why Tiger's got one. I'll say, they've not realised they've got to get off because this is the end of the line. I know what a train's late for doing turnip carving. I was due to go out in 3 weeks' time, but I had to. I've got one in the car. It's been in the last 2 cars of mine. I've had it. It's got to be good. 14 years, something like that. I've also got a Canadian flag in the back of my car. That's been in there. That's been in the last... Was it in this car? No, it was in the previous car. So that's 9 years old now. I own one. I would never use one. There's a difference. I'm toying with getting one of those little thin wallet things to have a less of a wallet. So I can just go out with... You can get them, but you can also put your door key in. So, you know, to go out with the least amount of things as possible, not carry something else. We put the English flag in the window of the van going up to Scotland. Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear. Oh dear. I used to have an umbrella on one of those pole things in the... I don't know what happened to it. I think it went in the skip years ago. Hang on, we've got to go via the Farquhar balloon loop. Yeah, but you're faffing around on your phone for your app for your bloody Tesco club card. Just get it out of your wallet and tap it. Alright, so we've got to go round the loop. And then we come back. So there's the stop and wait. Yeah, I just take my wallet. The wallet gets an outing every Saturday to Tesco's and then sits back on the side till the following Saturday. I think one of the London trips a couple of years ago in the summer, I didn't take it. Just everything was on my phone. See, this save's running around. It's quite a... It's not really exactly a tight loop, is it? You think they could have made the loop tighter than this? Still passengers on board, I suppose. If they've got on at the other station, they're going back the other way. Right, we're going to stop and wait. Oh no, we've got to go. Alright, there we go. So that's the line that goes off down to the quarry. I think we'll be coming from there. Actually, it might be coming from here. So we'll do Percy next from Farquhar. And then we'll do a 4-line run in James. And then we'll see if we can do an express run back in Gordon. We won't get a chance to do Emily or Diesel, I don't think. We'll certainly do 4 of the 6. There we go. 6.3 miles done. Right. So let's go back to the main home thing. So that's where we started, over here on the left-hand side, Knapford, and went up here to Farquhar. Plan is now we're going to grab Percy, go from Farquhar back to Knapford, over here on the left. Then we'll take James from Knapford all the way over here on the right to Vickerstown. So all the way across Sodor. And then we'll see if we can get Gordon to go from Vickerstown back to Knapford, where we started. That is the plan. Right, Percy this time then. We can go Farquhar. I saw one. Farquhar to... There you go. Farquhar to Knapford Harbour. Actually, then we could do Knapford Harbour to Knapford. Oh, that's Knapford Harbour. So he doesn't go... Okay, Farquhar to Knapford Harbour. We haven't actually seen... Percy takes a morning service from Farquhar up the branch to the harbour. Oh, there we go. So, hang on, why does Percy get 3 carriages? Is Percy more powerful than Thomas? So Thomas can only handle 2 carriages, Annie and Clarabelle. Is Thomas a bit of a wimp, secretly? Russia, I reckon Thomas is a bit of a wimp. I reckon he can only pull two carriages. Percy's like, nah. Thomas is only little. He looks a similar size to Percy. He's a really useful engine. I suppose this is going down to the harbour if people are getting the boat to, or island, I'm guessing, on the left-hand side. Or the Isle of Man. Right, stop at Hackenbeck. Yep, 3 carriages Percy. As a junior engine, often tasked with goods, mail or special temporary duties, Percy is sometimes tasked with large and different loads. Stories like Percy's Promise. He takes over a temporary train that includes Annie, Clarabelle and a brake van, or sometimes 3 trucks/coaches, highlighting his role as a hard-working, versatile and sometimes overworked engine. So he's me then, underappreciated and overworked. Alright, we got to stop at Hackenbeck. You're not green and I don't have a big funnel. Michael. Right, is anyone actually going to get on or off this time? So yes, we're going to the harbour for this one. And then we'll go back to Knapford. Because Percy doesn't go from the harbour back to Knapford. I don't think anybody does. Unless we can find a diesel one that might go to Knapford. It'd be nice to get back to Knapford and then do Knapford to Vickerstown, then Vickerstown back to Knapford. We'll see if there's anything from the harbour. I know diesel does come down to the harbour. We will have a look. I don't think we get a chance to do Emily. Emily looks weird. Stream's coming up tomorrow night. Back making more sandwiches in Sandwich Simulator. Really enjoyed that the other night, so we're doing some more of that tomorrow. Friday night, some trucking and tunes in ETS2, driving a Volkswagen truck mod. Saturday night, don't know yet. I'll certainly be here with something. I don't know what. And then Sunday lunchtime, we're back on the farm. Next Tuesday will be more of the American routes that I did last night. And then next Wednesday will be Medway Valley. We're going to do some runs in that. And then over the next couple of days, I will post the plans for over Easter. Right, Maithwaite is next. I think Percy's my favourite. I think James is like a lead, not James, Thomas is like the lead singer of a band, you know, takes all the glory. Yeah, it's the people behind playing the instruments that really do all the work. Percy's camp. I do hope long term we get more engines, so we get more of the other engines from this to make it busier and bigger. How can you have a favourite? You ask any parent what their favourite child is, they'll all have an answer. Oh, that was quick. That was quick. Okay, brakes. Yeah, brakes aren't as good. But we stopped on the platform. That's all that matters. Any manager will have a favourite employee. Any Discord owner will have a favourite moderator. Larwood, obviously. Nightbot. Damn it, I should have chosen Nightbot. Larwood that we haven't heard from for a year. Right, Aylesbury. Hang on, this is new, isn't it? We didn't go to Aylesbridge, did we, on the way up? Oh, did we? I wasn't paying. Oh, is that the one with just the one platform? We didn't stop there, did we? I nearly stopped there. But being the professional that I am, I didn't actually stop there. Go on, Percy, you can do it. 3 of the carriages. Actually, I might have Percy as the thumbnail. Sod Thomas. Yeah, that's the opening scene. Looking across here at the track from the other side with the windmill. They had to put it in, didn't they? Alright, we have the go signal. So what if we'll see Thomas? Because he just goes up and down all day. Oh yeah, we got to stop and wait. Don't run the red, don't run the red, don't run the red. Not going to run the red. I'm going to try not to run the red. There is Thomas. Coming to the way. Well, so these two must run up and down all day then. But Percy goes to the harbour. Hello, Thomas. You keep thinking that, Tiger. You just carry on being deranged. Easy, Tiger. I've heard he is. So why isn't Thomas leaving then? No one's getting on or off Thomas either. So at what point then we must diverge? There's a word. Knapford Harbour Station. Ah, there we go. So you must come off this line then and go down to the station. Yeah, surely you just do that on the shovel and put it in the firebox. Ow. Bowl to the face. Yeah, so I reckon it's at 0.8 of a mile then we got 15. So we come off of the main line and go round and down to the harbour. Then say I'll see if there's a diesel scenario that goes from the harbour back to Knapford. And then we'll do James from Knapford to Vickerstown and see if we get time. Hopefully we should. To do Gordon, Vickerstown back to Knapford to end up back where we started. Yeah, I think what Percy is, he's not very rapid, but yeah, I don't like, I like Percy. Right, so you've got a 15 coming up. Just say it doesn't matter. So I like Percy. It's not easy being green. It isn't. Like sitting halfway up the stairs where it was. You hear me? Ah, yeah, we're going off down here. Yeah, that means that... So... you can only come back up to there then. You can't go to Knapford from the quarry. In that case, we won't be getting a diesel one to Knapford. We'll have a look. Quarry? I meant harbour. So this goes round and under the bridge that the railway goes over. It's definitely got that little sort of branch line feel to it, doesn't it? So this is quite a long way round here, like it was coming up from the quarry that we did last time. That's where the railway goes over the top. Now we run down by the side of the river. Ow. So yeah, this must be good if you're commuting by boat. So this brings you down to the harbour, where you then boat it out. Rigging. Doesn't seem very station-like. This is more goods. Oh no, there is a station down here. Okay, McBone. There we go. That's just Steam. That's an estimate. And don't forget it's out on console as well. I hope it's done really well. It's only been out 2 weeks. Wait until 8:33. So is this a run around situation? Could be running backwards, wouldn't we? Or does he just run backwards now? Do we go up there, over there, come back past these, and then we run backwards? I'm guessing so. Not a lot going on in the harbour. No one's getting on. So yeah, so we've done Knapford to Farquhar in Thomas, Farquhar to here in Percy. We'll see if there's anything from here back to Knapford, and then we'll do James from Knapford to Vickerstown, and then see if we get time to do Vickerstown back to Knapford in Gordon. The only one we won't do anything with is Emily. Yeah, I think it will be an instance where, you know, that initial thing, but Easter's coming up. You're going to get bored kids at Easter. Yeah, well, I'll see if there's anything in diesel from the harbour to Knapford. I don't think it will be, because I don't think there's a direct line from here. I don't know why it's making me wait. Why are you making me wait? I just love the faces. Imagine if this was busier. This would be great for like a virtual rail cam. If there was a station where they were just coming in and out all day, you just sit and watch them just chuffing in, unloading, chuffing out. I think it'd be quite cool to watch. Oh, hang on. Okay, it isn't over. Yeah. Oh, okay. Right, well that was that one done then. I was expecting to run backwards and connect. Right, let's see if there's anything in diesel then from the harbour. That goes from Knapford Harbour. That's Knapford Harbour South. We don't want Knapford Harbour North. That's shunting. Knapford Harbour to a Nofa Quarry. No then. So there's nothing in... so Percy doesn't take anything. So that's one we just done, is Knapford Harbour. Yeah, that goes Knapford. So it doesn't go Knapford Harbour. It goes back to Farquhar and Tidmouth. So you could do it long way round. You could go Knapford Harbour to Farquhar, Farquhar to Tidmouth, and then Tidmouth back to Knapford. But he doesn't go from the harbour back. So we'll have to go back and do James then. Okay, right. So James. We're going to go Knapford to Vicarstown then. So a 4-line run with James from Knapford. 49 of the minutes. Oh, it's Thomas over there. That's my only... criticism's a hard word. But my only thing with this is I wish it was busier. I know there's only 6 trains, and it's quite a big island. So you're not going to see those, 5 other trains that often. That's the only thing. It doesn't... It feels alive, but it doesn't feel alive, if that makes sense. Fine, we'll go and say... Yeah, but it's still only 6 trains. There you go, there is Thomas. Hello, Thomas. Right, Crosby. What's the stations after Crosby? Stills and Nash? You know who else was alive? No, Colin. You should have waited. Tiger doesn't get that. I do. That's because Colin's old. Right, 4-line run then. All the way from Knapford to Vicarstown. Yeah, Round Night gets it. Gordon's alive. No one got my one. Next station's Crosby. What are the ones after that? Stills and Nash. Hope they have more trains. I hope we get more of the characters in DLCs. Exactly. Does he have 48 hours to save the Earth? Oh, what about young? Well, that's true. You're young. You're an idiot. Yeah, I really hope this is popular for Dovetail, and I really do hope we get more DLCs for this. So yeah, more characters, which means more busy. Typically, who was that? There was someone going the other way. I'm guessing that was Gordon, or was that Emily? That might have been Emily. There's only one place to pass another train in a flipping tunnel. It was a train. Yep, useful. So in theory, we might see Gordon on this then, doing an express. Have I run a red yet? I don't run red. I'm professional. It's also. Yeah. Okay. All right. It was a steam train then. Anything else? It was either, it wasn't Thomas, we've seen Thomas, it wasn't James, it certainly wasn't Diesel, Percy wouldn't come down here, so it was either Emily or Gordon. I think it was too small to be Gordon, therefore Emily. Emily's ugly. Meanwhile, James is puffing down the line with an unprofessional driver. Does the map show which trains were where? That's the way we're going, isn't it? Now, where the heck are we? Around there. Vicarstown to Knapford Express. Current status stopped at instruction. It doesn't say who it is, because it's AI service. You'd have thought it would have said which one it was. Knapford to Farquhar. That's Thomas. I reckon it's Emily. Some great detective work. It was. You all get a medal. You've all done really, really well. Apart from Pat. We haven't looked in. Oh, we got to go in a minute. I'll say we haven't looked inside James's carriages. Young Mr. Grace, yeah. 90-mile journey. It's not 90 miles across here. You ain't done anything wrong. You have. We know what you've done. I reckon this is 15 miles tops. Maybe more than that. No, 15 to 20 miles, I reckon this is. We'll find out when we get there. Knapford to Tidmouth. We're doing Knapford to Vickerstown. Again, it's a scaling thing, isn't it? See, now what you need to do, and I'm saying you need to do because I'm not going to do it, someone needs to watch one of the cartoons. They weren't cartoons, apologies. Someone needs to watch one of the episodes and see how long it takes Thomas to get between two of his stations. Recreate that in the game to see if the scaling's right. There you go, off you go. You'd rather watch me. I didn't say now, did I? Don't think I should. Yeah, not a full journey, but it's bound to done between two stations. Don't send people away. You can't afford to lose viewers. You wait till Friday. Wellsworth, platform 2 is the next up. Again. Right. Let's go and have a... Okay. That's a view. We appear to have none of the passengers. Not anything like the TV one. They had to be creative. Ow. So this is a... Okay. Yeah. They had to make a little bit of creative license. So there are areas in this that are in the TV shows, TV episodes. But they had to get a little bit creative, obviously. Ow. There we go. Right, we wait till 11 minutes pass and then we carry on. Yeah, I like it, and I really do hope that we get more. I hope that we get more DLCs. I know people have made mods to put Train Sim World trains in this. I think that, I don't know how I feel about that. Although Pacer. Anyway. It'd be difficult to do another like a timetable mod, because if there's one James, and if it takes him 45 minutes, 49 minutes to go from one end to the other, turn around, and then 49 minutes to come back, well, you can't increase on that. That's how long it takes. So you couldn't make the timetable with this amount of engines any busier. That's why I think eventually it'd be great to have more DLC, so more of the other engines, to make the storyline better. Didn't someone say that it was like there was a stupid amount of trains in total over the whole world? There wasn't that many, was there, in the original Thomas world, like the first 50 episodes, whatever it was. Right, 2.2 miles to Maron, or Maron. So we think we've seen Emily. I don't know if we'll see Gordon, who's alive still. Who's Marin? You're a moron. Is that close? Oh. Okay. It just felt weird going back to normal train sim after this. It's like, oh, they've got any smiley faces on them. Yeah, I mean, interesting. This is Gordon's Hill, isn't it? I'm interested now to see how far it is from Knapford to Vickerstown. Who owns copyrights to this game? Mattel. Oh, and Dovetail. Mattel own the rights to Thomas. After playing this the other week, it almost had me looking for models of the Thomas trains. I thought, what if it'd be quite cool to get Thomas, James, Diesel, Percy, not Emily because she's ugly, Gordon. Right, we are now arriving at Marin. No, I meant more of a large, not like a Hornby, like 00 or anything, but like a larger. Don't forget Henry and Toby. Yeah, but they're not in this yet. There's only 6 trains in this so far. Hello, horsey. You missed the start of the stream. Not a problem. The last 2 streams, if anybody's watching that did miss my first couple of streams, first one goes on YouTube tomorrow. The second one goes out next Thursday. This will then go out the Thursday after. Because normal Train Sim World streams go out on a Saturday. Short form Train Sim World goes out on a Wednesday. Like today's was turnip carving, which was weird. This Friday, a special video goes out on YouTube. My 10-year anniversary on YouTube. Where I watched the video this morning. It's quite somber for me. If you tune in expecting normal upbeat me, it's not that. Oh my god, it's not that. Even at the end, I was like, holy crap. I hear horsey. Hello, horsey. I think the word to use, it's honest. And I'm nothing but that anyway. But it is quite honest. Very honest, in fact. I think that's the word I'll take from it. Only about 12 people will watch it, so it's fine. Because it's ETS2. No one watches ETS2 from me on YouTube. There's also one going on Sunday in Omsey. 10 years to the day I put my first Omsey video out. In the same bus, on the same route, in Bowden and V4. Right, finally. Right, Kronk. What sort of name for a platform is Kronk? Right, so yes, so we're going to take James all the way to Vickerstown. Then we'll grab Gordon, who's alive. And then do a high-speed run back to Knapford, where we started. So the only ones we won't have driven tonight will be James and Emily. Not James, Diesel and Emily. I do like the fact that this is like a 50-minute run. I still prefer Percy. With the Steam sale, do you now buy Train Sim? What, the original Train Sim Classic? Oh, Train Sim World. Yes. Actually, Colin, it's worth looking. I would look to see how much you can get, like 4 or 5 for. As a starter for 10, if you can get 4 or 5 really cheap, to see if it's something you'll enjoy rather than spend the money on 6. Yeah, there are occasionally Humble Bundles. So actually it's worth looking on Humble Bundle. Yeah, or CD Keys, whatever CD Key is now called. And don't forget, if you've got, I know this isn't Train Sim World, if you've got Train Sim World 6, you don't have to buy the Train Sim World 6 version of the route you want as a DLC. You can buy the Train Sim World 5 version, 4 version, 3 version, or 2 version. They will all work in Train Sim World 6. And will all be exactly the same. So it's always worth looking, because I've still got routes installed that were from Train Sim World 2. They still all work in Train Sim World 6. So that's a bit of a, a thing to save you some money. Right, I'll wait till 8:21 and we'll carry on from Kronk on towards Vickerstown. And then we'll grab Gordon, who's alive, and go back to Knapford as an express, which should be quicker. Well, hopefully it's quicker. Well, it's me though. Tomorrow night, Sandwich Simulator. Played it on Saturday night and it was really good fun. So doing that tomorrow night. Friday night, some ETS2 and tunes. We did a driving. You play the tunes. Saturday night, I'll be here with something. I think it's almost going to be a wait till Saturday and decide what I fancy. I do fancy looking at the Steam sale later on, see if there's any last minute bargains. And then Sunday lunchtime, we're back on the farm doing the farming thing. I will be here for most of Easter weekend, apart from the Sunday. I will post the details of what we're doing this weekend. Right, Kildane. Kildane is next. Is tiger a cronk? I can think of other words. Where does that go? That goes somewhere. Might have a look at the map. Hang on, I hear a train. Hang on, that's Emily. So that must have been Gordon then that we passed it. See, you all got it wrong, didn't you? That was Gordon then we passed in the tunnel. So where does this go down here? It doesn't. Oh, it just ends. Oh, okay. You said it was Gordon. Don't call me a dimwit. Not very nice. It's an offence to dimwits. I didn't want to be categorised with dimwits. Hey, Emily looks ugly. Because of the big wheel thing, and I don't think her face is right. No, she's got the silly big wheel. And then, I don't know, the face just looks odd. Not a fan. I think it's because there's the rest of them, the face is shoved on the front. She's got some bodywork around the face. That doesn't look right. The chin is pointy. Exactly. Right, Kelsthorpe Road is next. 4.4 miles, bit of a trek. Yeah, it's definitely not going to be 80 or 90 miles across. I reckon somewhere between 25 and 30. Because we've been running at like 50 mile an hour plus. So we know Gordon's behind us, we know Emily's behind us, we know Thomas is behind us, Percy doesn't come down here, Diesel could be down here. Although I doubt it. So for this half of the map, we're not going to see anybody else. We are all alone. Bertie the bus. Could be. I wonder if they're on Blu-ray. So I tried looking at them online, but the quality was awful. I think I might have to organise a Thomas watch-along over Easter or something. Start from the beginning. Right, 2.8 miles. To Kelsthorpe Road, making our way to Vicarstown. So in the later episodes, and I haven't seen them, Would places like Vicarstown be really busy then? So in the episodes, are there lots of trains going in and out? Because it's quite a big station. Guessing that's a don't know. It's fine, I'll just carry on talking to myself, it's not a problem. I can do that. Alright, we've got 30 coming up in a couple of miles. Which I'm guessing is going to be just on the outside. Oh god! Copy and paste. Vicarstown Station, most heavily trafficked stations on the island of Sodor, acting as the main interchange between North Western Railway and the mainland. Particularly after its expansion in the Great Race, while a precise fixed number of daily trains is not specified in the television series, so I'm guessing it's fairly busy then. So that's the connections on mainland then. Thank you, Michael. Specsavers, Michael, make an appointment. What was I going to say? I don't know. Yeah, because it seems like quite a big station. I need to get my eyes tested for 7 years. They're probably overdue. There's another station there, look. Oh, that's the thingy halt. You'd have thought we'd have pulled in there, I suppose, unless that's where one of the other smaller ones. Vicarstown Station depicts a large station with 8 platforms. It's a major elevated Victorian style station acting as the final stop on the island of Sodor. Yeah, that's where we're heading for. See, that's the thing, and again, this isn't a criticism of the game, because it's awesome, but it would be a lot better with more trains. A bit like some of the routes we've had in Train Sim World 6, when we've had more trains, it just adds life. And feels, you know, we've got all these platforms here, yet we're the only train on this end of the island. At least we're getting some passengers now. So yeah, we're going to take James down to Vicarstown. We're going to turn around or grab Gordon and then do a run back to Knapford. So an express full line run. So then we'd have started out with Thomas, done Percy, done James and done Gordon. Only trains we wouldn't have used this evening would be Emily and Diesel. Unless there's something from Knapford in Emily we can jump in quickly. We'll see. Depends what time he gets back. It's going to be close. I think the express run back's quicker. About 25 minutes, something like that. So you've got Gordon and Thomas and Percy that can do the same thing on Thomas's branch line. You've got James and Emily that both run on this line, but you've only got Gordon that does the express. So it could be quicker to get James from one end to the other than it is Gordon. If Gordon's at the wrong end, you've got to wait for it to go all the way down and go all the way back again. Like, it'd be even quicker if I pass a red. I don't pass a red, I'm a professional. Never pass a red, just don't watch the start of yesterday's VOD. Right, Croven's Gate. What happened yesterday? It's a train fall. AI glitch, because that's obviously what happened when we got to Grand Central. I'm actually really looking forward to doing that route again next week. I enjoyed that route. I was going to try and have a weekend off recording stuff this weekend, so I wanted to do some housework. But I think that I might have to record something in that route. While Gordon is the main engine for the Express, the Wild Nor'Wester, Thomas and Friends, 700 engines are pulled in, including Rebecca. Who the hell's Rebecca? Henry, James and Emily. Pip? Who's Pip? Pip and Emma took over the role and let's see what Duck, Stepney and Bear? Who the hell's Bear? Also covered when necessary. No, that's one of my Easter jobs, Stokey. All these new characters I've never heard of. Your YouTube is 19 years old today. That was probably when YouTube started then. Watch the show when the reboot comes out and oh god, they're doing it again. I wouldn't mind actually watching them all. I think it'd be quite enjoyable. Right, 1.3. I'll have to look and see if they're out on Blu-ray or something. Not YouTube. I'll see if they're are they on any of the streaming sites? Well, they're diesel electrics. Oh, so they're like HSTs then. Boko, Bear, Stepney and Duck were in the originals, were they? I never watched the originals because, you know, I don't think I've seen any episodes. I don't know if I've seen any episodes of Thomas the Tank Engine. I sort of missed that one. I'll have to find if they're on any streaming sites or if I could buy them on Blu-ray. Stepney, named after a district in London, is a tank engineer who lives and works on the Bluebell Railway. He is Box Hill and Fenchurch. Who the hell's Box Hill and Fenchurch? Okay, alright, I need to get myself into the world of Thomas the Tank Engine now then, don't I? Terriers, what, like Cairn, Norfolks, Norwich, West Highland, Yorkshire. If I ever got a dog, it would be a Westie. I know Ivor the engine. With Jones the steam. I am Ivor the engine old. Right, so making our way to Vicarstown. Then we'll grab Gordon, whether he likes it or not, and do an express run back to Knapford and see what time we get. You've heard of Ivor. Look up Ivor the Engine on YouTube. That will show how weird our childhoods were. See, look, this is a busy station, yet we're the only train here. I really hope we get more DLC for this, because imagine this with lots of other trains running about. I think this map. Well, hopefully it can only get better. We didn't know any better. Yeah, I remember having summer holidays watching Why Don't You. Anyway. I think there'll be a DLC in time for the summer holidays. I'd like to think so. I haven't heard anything. But I think that would be a good time to bring out another DLC. And for me, logically, it would be another train. So more stories, another engine. So I don't know who was the original. God, there's some research now, then, isn't it? So we've got are these the original 6? So James, Thomas, Percy, Gordon, Diesel. So Henry's missing. So wondering if Henry would be a DLC then, because James is a DLC. But if you get the deluxe version, it isn't. And Edward. There's trains called Scruff, Dennis, Mavis and Salty. Flippin' heck. Right, anyway, we're 4.3 miles from Vicarstown. So we've pretty much done the storylines in this. The only things we haven't done as far as timetable runs then will be Diesel and Emily. Emily does this anyway. Edward, Henry and Gordon, while Thomas is in the Faces franchise, did not debut until the 2nd book. Oh, well, there you go. So we're missing Edward and Henry then. I hope they continue with it. I really do hope we get more. You know, and if they're the 12, 13 quid mark, Toby's the tram, isn't he? Yeah, if they're the 12, 13 quid mark, then I think they're onto a winner. What about Harold the helicopter? Well, you couldn't do that in this, could you? So yeah, I'm really enjoying it. I really do hope it's been successful from Dovetail. I think even doing a timetable run like this, 50 minutes, the same sort of thing that you would do in Train Sim World. That's a fair run from end to end. I'm intrigued to see what the distance is when we get there. My estimate was 25 to 30 miles. Well, I think Percy's on the, on the spectrum, Michael. Your estimate is it's a distance. You carry on being that committal there, Colin. I still haven't had you join us in anything multiplayer. This is the tunnel where Gordon got bricked up, wasn't it? I only knew about that because it was in a John Oliver episode where he talked about how cruel Thomas Tank Engine was. Oh, Henry, I thought it was Gordon that got bricked up. Oh, it's Henry, was it? No, Trent. How did I find John Oliver? What know about him? He keeps appearing as a guest on American Late Night. And they talked about I occasionally watch, I used to watch it a lot. I used to watch Craig Ferguson every night. Occasionally would watch Dave Letterman. And I quite like Stephen Colbert. I don't have time to watch full episodes now, but occasionally I watch on YouTube where they're chatting as a guest, and he appeared as a guest. And I thought he was quite funny as a guest. And then watched something on YouTube of his and thought, hang on, this guy is really good. It's only me and you now, Trent, that watch him. Henry the Green Engine was bricked up in the tunnel in the Thomas Tank Engine story, the sad story of Henry. He refused to leave a tunnel because he was afraid his rain would spoil his green paint. I don't know if that's out on YouTube as a clip from that John Oliver. Well, it basically talked about how evil Thomas Tank Engine was. Right, we're about to arrive at Vicarstown, which seems to be in the middle of nowhere. There's other branches coming off from here, look. I think there's definitely scope for them to increase the size of the island, because I'm guessing that the tracks that we're on aren't the full island. Right, into Vicarstown. So all these platforms, and we're the only train here. There's nobody here. I think you'd have liked, Trent, Craig Ferguson, his late night show, because that was just hilarious. He's the one with the gay sidekick robot and the pantomime horse in his show. Anyway, a bit like New Street, yeah. It's definitely very empty. Done. 23 miles. I said 25 to 30. So 23 miles from end to end. So yeah, so we just arrived here over on the right hand side, and we started all the way over here on the left. at Knapford. So that's 23 miles. So there's a line going up here, look. Comes out of Vicarstown and goes north. So there are more bits up here on the north of the map then that aren't here. So it must be bigger. No, stop it. Right, Gordon's time this time then. So Vicarstown to Knapford Express. Should we do a later one? Oh, Vicarstown to Knapford. The Wild Nor'Wester. That'll do. We might even get a chance to see if we can do something with diesel at the end of this. Right, unlock doors. Oh, he looks happy, doesn't he? Right, so back to Knapford we go. He's lonely. Well, so am I, but I don't... Actually, occasionally I do. Yeah, if this had more trains going in and out of it, it'd be amazing. Especially coming from the... So straight on down behind me then, that's the link to the mainland. So you'd have mainland trains coming into here. Right, Croven's Gate. Hang on, reverser. No, that's backwards. Forwards. See, that would be quite cool, wouldn't it? If you saw trains from the mainland coming in. So people can get off of those, transfer onto these, and then travel around. That line goes to Barrow and no one wants to go there. No, that's true. Several trains visit under Sodor off the mainland, often bringing special traffic, passengers or visitors to steamworks. Express engines Spencer and Caitlin, along with others like the Flying Scotsman, Merlin, Lexi, Theo and Hurricane, both arriving via the Vicarstown Bridge. Right, let's get going then. Let's see what Gordon can do. Thank you, Michael. It's informative. Yeah, I do hope this franchise continues to grow. It's fine driving trains, reading stuff like that. If I'm trying to drive a truck or something and someone posts something like that, it's like, holy crap. Come on, Gordon. James could go faster than this, although you are pulling more carriages. I do like how they simplified the controls and even the signals in this. There we go. Proper speed. Gordon's a rockin'. Don't come a knockin'. Still looks miserable, doesn't he? He hasn't actually had his Weetabix. Hasn't had his special early morning coal. I'm trying. What do I expect? Well, no, you got a point. Okay, certainly getting a wriggle on now. Back to future speed. Good afternoon / morning. Thanks for the follow. Twitch didn't play me a notification, but thanks for following. Oh, hang on a bit. That was Emily. Oh, there's braking. There's braking. There's braking. Has the bridge been built yet? Eastwood Ravine. Oh, that's lots of braking. Some of the timetable stuff not working. I've only just started doing the timetable stuff. Seems to be fine for me. It's fine. I wasn't panicking. I wasn't panicking at all. I knew I was going to stop. I knew I was going to arrive on time. All is good. Ignore the speeding that's about to happen. Hey, now look. See, 1 mile an hour over. I started this stream with a Thomas timetable. It was fine. Oh, don't stop too early. Don't stop too early. I think Thomas is sick of people riding him, so he's given up. Right, we've got a minute here. So how are Gordon's carriages compared to everybody else's? Ow! I've fallen off again. Well, they look... these are the same carriages that James pulls then. So there's no difference in the carriages. Yes, you've got passengers this time. First timetable one, as you stuck on a stop and wait. I just did the first timetable one from... No, I didn't. I did Knapford to Farquhar. Ow. Turntable, not timetable. Oh, turntable, sorry. Ow, hang on. I've done a turntable one yet. Waiting until 11:44. In that case, we will wait till 11:44. Not a minute before, not a minute after. 11:44 is what we will wait for. Because a minute before 11:43, a minute after 11:45. Streams coming up, by the way. Tomorrow night, back with Sandwich Simulator, making more sandwiches. That went so well last time. I think it was me, mainly, causing problems. So I'm going to be doing the computer thing to start off with tomorrow. Friday night, some trucking and tunes. Saturday night, something. Sunday lunchtime, farming, and then more things back next week. It's designed for kids, made for adults. Hang on a minute. Why can I now not lock the doors? Hang on a minute. Okay. That's why. I wasn't stood in the driver's position. I was in the second man's position. Okay, see, professional. Gordon reminds me of me, a right miserably wrinkly old dimwit. That's me. Well, in Thomas, you drive on the right. I was saying that. I think I'm going to have to see if they're out on Blu-ray or something. And watch them. I think I'm almost tempted then to just watch them all. A bit like Pokemon. Because if there's all these new characters I don't know about. Michael loves me, really. So for an express service, we've got a few stops, haven't we? I would have thought an express service would have been like the completely boring East Coast Main Line. Oh, it's on Amazon. Yeah, but they're going to put adverts in it, aren't they? I'll have a look though. Because, yeah, we'll charge you for Prime, but we'll also put adverts in as well. Thanks. Yeah, and we'll charge you even more to remove the adverts. We're not all minted like you, Tiger. That's why I do YouTube Premium, no ads. Right, so making our way all the way back to Knapford then. We'll see if we get time to do something with diesel. We probably won't get time to do Emily. Sounded a bit wrong. The ads are the best bit on these streams. Well, you should just not subscribe then, Nige, and you can see an advert. Oh, I haven't got the button. I was tempted just to run an ad then just for you, Nigel. I can't. I've taken the button off. I don't know, it just says run an ad. So it'd force you all to watch some kind of advert. I'll have to try it one day. I removed the button because it was annoying. That's why I don't run ads in the middle of my YouTube videos as well. Objective complete. There we go. Me in the shower. Like an advert for some sort of shower gel or something, Michael. Right, locking doors. It only knows subs. Get rid of, yeah, okay. Right. Matron is next. Hot honey. What is it, the thing with hot honey? I'm not a fan of honey, let alone have it hot. Yeah, I think it was that service sim. I said on Tuesday I'll do one leaving Grand Central and going back the other way. Right, 6 miles to Matron. Making our way back to Knapford. Gonna arrive in Matron. Oh, Matron. See, now I was trying to think of something like that, Nigel. Do you imagine getting someone to watch a carry-on film now? Something like Carry On Camping. I actually quite like Carry On Cabby. I don't know if I got our ex-colleague to watch a black and white film. I think that would have been taking things too far. Hey. What's the name of the Will Hay film? Where they're on the railway. She got Where's That Fire? Ask a Policeman. I didn't like the one at the boarding school, and there was the one on the branch line that was just brilliant. Oh, what was it called? With Buggles Kelly, wasn't it? Was the name of the train station. Oh, Mr. Porter, that's the one. That's got to be about 100 years old now. Why does Gordon never use social media? He's already got enough followers on the Express. Really? The Train with Burt Lancaster. I remember there being one of the war films where at the end of the film someone gets left behind, and it was someone famous running down the tracks as the train pulled away. Was it Von Ryan's Express or something like that? 1937 was Oh Mr. Porter. I love that film. Well, because my old man was born in 1927. They used to still watch it, so I was brought up on it. I like a good black and white film. Yeah, it's a good storyline. People are paying for their train tickets with chickens and stuff. And what was that? There was that strange TV series. Was it on BBC or ITV the other year? With the runaway train that just seems to randomly appear all around the country. The inside of the train was about 25 feet wide. It was okay, but it was just like, why is the train so wide inside? Sleeper train, that's it, yeah. It's like 1 minute it's at one, like, in reality, the train station it was set in was the wrong train station. The Tipfield Thunderbolt, blimey. Showing your age now there, Nige. I've still never seen the Polar Express. Night Sleeper, that's the one. It was okay. It was just weird. I'm going to have to look and see if I can watch Thomas on Prime. Or maybe not after the stream, so I'm going to watch Jetlag, but... Uh-oh, 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 uh-oh. Better than Young Sherlock. Yeah, I managed one episode of that. I started watching a new series on Sunday. I was bored. R.J. Decker. That was quite good. Are we stopping here? Of course we're stopping here, because I'm a professional. How lucky was that? That was my finger full on the brakes. Perfect. That was definitely luck. Yeah, I've got a series of what's it called? Thingy. That one. Daredevil. Born Again. First episode of second series of that's out now. Yeah, R.J. Decker I started watching on Sunday. That's quite good. Private investigator type series in America. Grace back in 4 days' time. Mock the Week finishes. Wasn't impressive this week's episode. It wasn't as funny. Stranger Things, the animated series. In a month's time. So you have to buy each episode for 99p. I'm not paying 99p. Yeah, it wasn't funny. It wasn't as funny as the previous week. I bet you could buy like the whole first few series on Blu-ray or DVD on Amazon for like £3 or something silly. I'd rather just have the physical media then. Right, Wellsworth. So making our way back to Knapford. Knapford city limits. Power. Who may not get time to drag Diesel out. And we're going up Gordon's Hill now, aren't we? DVD collection series 1 to 11 on eBay, 50 quid. 50 of your Earth pounds. Thing is, YouTube, they're not great quality. Sort of thing you probably could find in a like about CEX, something like that. Because what if you've got young kids now? You're not going to pay 99p an episode, are you, for them to watch Thomas? No, CEX, Michael. Don't get your hopes up. I don't think that this will... It's quite a niche thing, this, isn't it? I can't see this affecting the cost of... although it's made me now want to go back and watch them all and get model trains. I've been looking for something to collect because the Lego building's going so well. Still haven't done any more of it. I don't think I've got the patience for Lego. I got invited to a party recently. I had to decline as I was in the middle of a very important weekend with 5 fictional characters and a cliffhanger. Ah? Why not collect parking tickets? No. I still haven't finished my Xbox collection or my PlayStation collection. That's Series 1. That's not a bad... Oh, for God's sake. That's not a bad place to start, though, McBone. I think you've always got to get through the first couple of series that are quite naff quality-wise as well. No, honest question now then. As someone that... don't think I've ever watched a full episode, but I know about the original ones being the actual models that trundle around. Does it get worse with the CGI ones? I tried watching... What's the bloody magical film thing that came out? And I lasted about 28 seconds. Thomas and the Magic Railroad, where it was. And I was like, no, I'm out. I would take your Lego to a WizKid and say, build that for 20 quid. And that's only the tipper truck I'm trying to build. That's not the crane, the JCB thing. The tipper truck's got 400 pieces. The JCB thing's got 2,500 pieces. I definitely need a man in my life. Can you cook? Do you go gardening? Do you want a couple of hours peace and quiet every night? Are you any good with Lego? A retirement project. I want to get it done, but I don't get much time, but alright, lock doors. Right, Knapford then. Right, the final run. Tiger. You could not stream for a week and do that instead. I looked in here, this computer room, last weekend and thought I could really do just taking everything out of this room and rejiggling it. But it's when? Series 4. Well, hang on, what about Series 2 and 3? I'm not jumping from Series 1 to 4. If I'm going to watch them, I'll watch them in order. I wonder if they're on any American... like, streamings. Not on, like, Netflix or... what else have we got? Netflix. Not on Disney. Right, we're 3 miles from Knapford. We'll see if we can end with something quick with diesel. So the only thing we wouldn't have used was Emily. Paramount Plus. There are 20 episodes from 2020 on Netflix. Well, that's no good, is it? If I want to start from the first one. HBO Max. John Oliver. There is Emily. No, James. How's Thomas and Friends? Brilliant. That was James. I don't really watch much on Discovery and stuff. Well, I haven't got normal TV anyway. I think his YouTube's really good for documentaries. I watched it after watching my flight podcast last weekend. I watched a documentary all about Air Force, the new Air Force One. It was really interesting. Isn't HBO just a rename of Discovery Plus? I think because there's all the buyouts are happening in America. I think the owners of or the American TV channels has changed. Internet Archive. All episodes in good quality and also free. Oh, thank you, Michael. You know, it'd be great to have them, like, if I could get them on Blu-ray or DVD, but I only want to watch them just to get up to date with the storyline. Yeah, thank you. Right, a mile to go to Knapford. Where the 4-line run ends. And then we'll see if we can do something quickly in diesel. Excellent stuff. Yeah, I've just spotted that crop up. There you go. So if anyone wants to know where you can watch Thomas Tank Engine in the Discord server, is linked in the entertainment section. I'm sure Trent could probably post that link in chat. There you go. There you go. So if you want to watch all the episodes of Thomas Tank Engine, they are on the Internet Archive. Not sure how legal that is, but they're there. Right, in we come to Knapford. So we started out in Thomas and went from Knapford to Farquhar. We went from Farquhar back to the harbour in Percy. We did Knapford to Vicarstown in James, Vicarstown to Knapford in Gordon. The Internet Archive is a legitimate non-profit digital library, but its legality is complex and subject to a lot of ongoing litigation regarding copyright. While the Wayback Machine is generally legal, the archive lost a major lawsuit in 2023 over digital book lending, which is appealing. Yeah, I can imagine. Oh, hang on, we got all sorts of trains here. Look, we got Thomas here. We got Gordon, and we got some carriages. I'm not a fan of Michael Portillo. I'm not a fan of his train stuff. And the only train person I follow now is Jeff Marshall. And even him, I'm not saying I'm getting bored with him, but I'm just like, eh. Done. So yeah, 23 miles side to side. Right, let's see if we can do something quickly in diesel then. So we've done Thomas, Percy, James, Gordon. We don't want to do shunting. Diesel moves from Farquhar. That's just on his own. That's shunting. Don't want to do shunting. Diesel heads back. That's going to be too long. That's shunting. And Alpha Quarry to Farquhar. I'll do. We'll do a run from the quarry. An Alpha Quarry from Farquhar to Knapford Harbour North. There you go. Let's do that to end. Quick little run in diesel then. Oh, on our own. Okay. You want a long one? Already catered for. Alright, let's get going. It shouldn't take 15 minutes, should it? 4 miles? So we go to the Harbour North as well, which is the other side. Is it the same side? Might be the same side where we went to. His ass is not flashing. He's got a red light on. It's got a red bump. Even that the trucks are in the sidings, just sat there, that their eyes are still working. I definitely, this looks so different to Train Sim World. I quite like that sort of blurriness in the distance as well. Now we got tunnel. go inside. Now what we don't want is a red. All downloads are nearly 400 gig. Blimey, I think it's a case of download them a season at a time then. 604 episodes. Yeah, I think I'll download them a season at a time and then watch them a season at a time. Okay, this seems a bit quick now. Okay, speed run. Or you can watch them on the website. Yeah, but I like to watch stuff on my TV. Oh, that's... Oh my god. Okay. That was on... Yeah, that was a bit rapid. It nearly fell over. Oh yeah, I could just do that. Yeah, so that's the opening shot from Thomas. It's from the other side of those trees, looking back here towards the line. An amateur would have derailed there. Exactly. I don't think this is going to take 15 minutes somehow. Not on these speeds. Although we are just doing pretty much line speed. Oh, hang on. Ooh, that was lucky. That was lucky. That was lucky. Because the brakes on this are not good. Oh, I'm guessing we're now waiting for something to come up the bloody branch line, aren't we? Picking Thomas. Gotta look at the map. Where are you? You annoying tank engine. Is that you? Yeah. So Thomas is down here. That's why it's 15 minutes, yeah. So you've got to wait for Thomas to go from there. What time's he due to depart? Oh, moving. Right, so Thomas is off. So you've got to wait for Thomas. Does he stop at the... There's the halt here as well, isn't he? 14:24. So no, he doesn't stop there. So you've got to wait for Thomas now to come all the way down to us. Oh, damn you. Fine. That's why light locos are limited to 60 mile an hour because of the braking. Yeah, but I'm a professional. Handled it without a problem. Watch out for that cough there, Michael. Strepsil's time. When will we see his professionalism? January the 1st next year. You're not optimistic. Well, don't forget, I've got my 10-year video going out on Friday. There may be some things said in that. Go on, Thomas. So all that speeding, and I still had to sit here and wait for the flipping blue engine. We need a tissue. It's very serious. I watched it this morning. It's very honest. I almost deleted it last weekend, but now I've left it. It's the final shot of me walking into the sunset and waving. Do a Tom Scott. Just get dragged away by helicopter and come back 2 years later, apart from the stuff that you record every week in between that amount of time. I'm always looking forward to his new series. I think that's going to be quite interesting. Going to take a while if it's a weekly episode from every county in Britain. I see an engine. I'm already finished by now. It's either an engine or there's a new pope. Right, go. Let's go, go, go. Right, stop at Knapford Harbour. Yeah, I really do hope we get more DLC for this, and it gets busier. My talking sent you to sleep. Blimey. Does he talk? Does that mean I should unmute? Again, nice to feel wanted, isn't it? Blimey. See, that's the one thing. Pat mentioned, no, was it Trent? Someone mentioned the series I did in Train Sim World 4. A, I can't remember it. And B, I always forget that once, when I record content, I keep an eye on how a video does until the next one comes out. And then I forget about the previous one. And then I forget everything. I forget that all those videos I've done are all still there. And it's just weird that people still find them and still watch them. Not to huge degrees, obviously. But yeah, I just forget that content's just always there. Very occasionally someone will comment on a really old video. I'm like, wait, what? How old's that? So, watching that trucking video from 10 years ago, I couldn't get more than 30 seconds in. A, the quality was awful. And B, I wasn't speaking, which Nigel would say is a plus. Yeah, that scares me. That just... Did I say something? That's why Friday's video is actually really honest. It isn't me just waffling for 10, 12 minutes, however long it lasts. $2,615 videos. Holy crap. And don't forget, that doesn't include the VODs. I know the VODs don't last long. I forget that people watch the VODs. You know, when you watch something on, when I live stream, some of which I obviously put to YouTube, some of which, or most of which, don't. And I forget that people actually will go back on Twitch and watch a VOD. Did you say what you think of me? There are no words, Tiger. So over there is where we went with Percy. There we go. Done. I did it in 12 minutes as well. There we go then. Some timetable runs in Thomas, in Percy, in James, in Gordon, and in Diesel. Okay, Michael. There we go. So yes, going to give Thomas a little bit of a break for now. We'll come back to it again in the future, I am sure. But yes, we've done the storyline modes. We've done some timetable modes. It's really enjoyable. Hopefully we get some DLC for it. At that point, then I will come back and take another look. But we've got enough going on with Train Sim World currently to fill the train niche in that. Tomorrow night, sandwich making. Didn't think that was going to be a thing, but it is. I seem to like cooking genres. Cooking Sim 2 comes out next week as well. That's going to be interesting. Which it doesn't say it's just 2-player. Anyway, sandwich making tomorrow. Friday night, some trucking and tunes. Saturday night, something. Sunday lunchtime, back on the farm. More trains back next Tuesday in the American route we were in last night. Next Wednesday is my first look at Medway Valley, which I know releases tomorrow. But because of embargo changes by Dovetail, I'm going to do it next Wednesday. And then more stuff over Easter. So there we go. Thanks very much then to you lot for keeping me company throughout that one. And for the Thomas information, I will go and check out that link and start watching them. And a thanks to these people as well. Thanks to Michael for resubscribing. The moderation team for doing some moderation, you git. Really? Well, the guy that unfollowed. We'll run the credits again then. Thanks to Michael for resubscribing. Hang on. Thanks to Michael for resubscribing to Sim for the bits. And Trent and Tiger for doing something. I will be back tomorrow night making some sandwiches. Until then, if you have been, thanks very, very much for watching.